Streets in central Tehran were filled to the bursting point as Iran held a mass funeral procession for assassinated military leader Qasem Soleimani. Iranian state TV said millions of people came on January the 6th, while international news agencies said it was hundreds of thousands. Many held portraits of Soleimani, who was one of the most powerful men in Iran before he was killed by a US drone attack in Iraq last week. Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei wept as he led prayers over Soleimani's casket. Khamenei, who was personally close to Soleimani, has vowed severe revenge for the US attack, sentiments echoed by Soleimani's daughter, Zainab.
آمریکا و صهیونیسم بدانند شهادت پدرم موجب بیداری بیشتر فطرت انسانها در جبهه مقاومت شده و روزگار آنها را تیره و تار و خانه‌های عنکبوتی آنها را فرو خواهد ریخت.
US President Donald Trump returns to the White House from a weekend in Florida with a warning to Iran. He said any Iranian response would lead to the United States hitting 52 targets in Iran, one for each of the US embassy hostages held by Iran in 1979, and that this would include cultural sites. Human Rights Watch said targeting cultural sites would constitute a war crime. In Washington, Democratic Party leaders have raised doubts about the wisdom of the assassination. A New York Times reporter cited two unnamed US officials as saying the evidence suggesting it was needed to prevent an imminent attack on US targets was razor thin. But US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, speaking on January the 5th, repeated that it was carried out to save lives.
The senior leaders who had access to all of the intelligence, there was no skepticism. The intelligence assessment made clear that no action, allowing Soleimani to continue his plotting and his planning, his terror campaign, created more risk than taking the action that we took last week.
The attack followed an attempt to storm the US Embassy in Baghdad on December the 31st by a mob including pro-Iranian paramilitary groups. Soleimani was killed as he left Baghdad's airport on January the 3rd. The Iraqi parliament passed a non-binding resolution on January the 5th, calling for the expulsion of US military forces from the country.
على الحكومة العراقية الالتزام بإنهاء تواجد أي قوات أجنبية في الأراضي العراقية ومنعها من استخدام الأراضي والمياه والأجواء العراقية لأي سبب كان.
The United States has some 5,000 military personnel in Iraq, mainly as advisors. President Trump said any attempt to remove them would result in sanctions more severe than those Washington currently imposes on Iran.